The bond aggregate, though, in the US is a very imperfect bond index for several reasons. First of all, it doesn't really reflect the aggregate market at all. The bond aggregate does not own municipal bonds, it doesn't own high-yield bonds, and so if you look at the last 5 to 10 years of performance relative to a true US bond aggregate that holds the entire universe of bonds in the US, the bond aggregate as we know it, the Lehman, what used to be the Lehman Brothers, now the Barclays bond aggregate, has underperformed pretty significantly, in large part because it doesn't own high-yield bonds. And high-yield bonds are, in my view, basically stocks in drag. So that kind of brings you to another problem with the bond aggregate. If you try to fix this problem by buying high-yield bonds to account for some of the errors in the way that these indexes are comprised, you actually can end up making your bond piece look too much like your stock piece. Because what happens to, for instance, junk bonds or sort of bond-like instruments like preferred stocks in a year like 2008? They go down. They go down a lot. They look a lot like stocks. They're adding permanent loss risk to your portfolio. They're not doing what bonds should do, which is bonds should provide you with an uncorrelated return, not all the time, but when you need them to.